Hi there, guys. It's Tim Ledwich again. January appears to be a month where people keep getting broken up with, which is heartbreaking. One of my friends asked me if I had a poem about it, which I think is probably the opposite of what would cheer me up, but okay, deal. Of course I do. It's me. Of course I do. So yeah, this is a poem called "And So She Ripped Your Heart Out." There is always a scarf. I find that there is always a scarf left behind. Each of the times that I have allowed somebody to become entwined in my heart and they have pulled it apart, there was always a scarf left like a part that had been shed. And Taylor Swift left one in her 2012 album song All Too Well, which I'm sure you have heard. And now you're left clutching one, so it might not be absurd for me to observe a truth emerging. There is always a scarf, and it will smell like her. And if you could, then you would smell it every day, but if you had your way, then her scent would wash away and be erased and replaced by the saline that escapes from the places on your face that cannot lie. But I have to look you in those eyes and make you realize two things. And the first is that men do cry. And anyone who tries to tell you that we don't either lies or has not truly lived yet. The second thing, I need you to believe with a courage which I concede I did not have myself at the time. And that is that you will be all right. And it will not, it cannot happen overnight. Healing takes time, and it will hurt. It will hurt like grieving, it will hurt like believing that you have lost your only chance of being happy. You will never have it better and you will be alone forever. But one day, closer to now than the day that you die, you'll be fine. The pain will ease away, or you will find a way to play it down or a place for it to go to ground, and you will be okay. Because however much it hurts is now a measure of its worth, and it converts into a war wound shaped like a medal of valor and worn on your heart. And I can't pretend that it won't change you. When looking at the past of me with quicker lips and faster feet at 17, I would rush headlong into heartbreaking catastrophe. I am more careful now. I have learned how to tiptoe and whisper around the edges of love because it is eggshells scattered on thin ice, and I always think twice. But I am mesmerized by how many people manage to make omelettes instead of crashing down and freezing up and floundering. But still, I find myself taking careful steps back onto that thought-thin threat of treachery. Guided by a second soul, taking the same risks as me, clutching my hands as suspended, we scorn the abyss. And she is stealing my nerves with a kiss, and she is stealing my heart with a kiss. And this is not a mistake that I am always blindly making. And yes, there are still times when I'm so nervous that I'm shaking. But even with past knowledge of these new paths we are taking, even in the moments when our foundations are quaking, up until the time we see the frozen floor is breaking, we'll be strong and softly shining. We will both be figure skating, and that is worth the silence in the dark. I promise you.